Do you remember that old, abandoned playground from your childhood? The one with rusted swings that creaked eerily, even when there was no wind. Let me take you to one such place, tucked away in a small village, nestled in the hills of Heim. This is a story of two friends, a whispering ghost, and a secret that was buried for decades. Our tale begins with 12-year-old Arav, a curious and fearless boy who never went anywhere without his small, worn-out notebook. His best friend, 11-year-old Mira, was smart, cautious, and always logical. She believed in ghosts, but she also believed in Rizan, which made their adventures together all the more interesting. One hot afternoon, right after school, Arav convinced Mira to visit the forbidden playground just behind their school grounds. The village elders had warned all the children never to go there. "Come on, Mira! Mira!" "Don't be a scaredy cat," Arav teased, his eyes sparkling with mischief. "I'm not scared," she replied, clutching her bag a little tighter. "But they say a child's spirit haunts this place." The rusty iron gate groaned open as they pushed it. The playground was eerily silent. Broken swings hung limply. A merry-go-round was tilted to one side, and a giant banyan tree stood in the center, its ancient roots sprawling across the ground like tangled ropes. One of the swings moved slowly on its own, back and forth, as if an unseen child were playing there. Arav's attention was drawn to the base of the banyan tree. Ake knelt down, noticing the soil looked disturbed. "Something's buried here," he said, his voice a hushed whisper, as he began digging with his bare hands. Within minutes, his fingers brushed against something hard. He pulled out a small leather diary, its cover cracked and caked with mud. "We shouldn't open it, Arav," Mira whispered, her eyes wide with a mix of fear and curiosity. But Arav had already unlatched the rusty clasp. The pages were yellowed with age, filled with neat, old-fashioned handwriting. He began to read aloud. "My name is Rohan. Papa gave me this diary to write my secrets. My biggest secret is my friend Asparo with a broken wing. I named him Chatu." As Arav read, a soft gust of wind rustled the leaves of the banyan tree above them. The creaking of the lone swing grew louder. Mira hugged herself, a shiver running down her spine. "Arav, let's go, please." But Arav was completely absorbed in the diary. Rohan's entries spoke of simple childhood joys, flying kites, the taste of his mother's mango pickle, and secret hiding spots only he knew about. But then, the tone of the diary began to change. It darkened. "The other kids make fun of me," Arav read, his voice softening. "They took my compass box and threw it into the old well. Today, they locked me in the classroom after school. It was so dark. I just wish someone would be my friend." That was the last entry. The rest of the pages were blank. As Arav slowly closed the diary, a whisper brushed the air around them, so soft and sad it was almost lost in the wind. "Play with me." They both froze, their hearts pounding. The swing moved again, more vigorously this time. From the light mist gathering near the banyan tree, a faint, glowing figure began to take shape. It was a young boy, dressed in old-fashioned school clothes, his eyes shining with a faint, sorrowful light. Mira gasped, a hand flying to her mouth. Arav, his own fear battling his curiosity, whispered, "Rohan?" The ghostly figure nodded, his form flickering like a weak candle flame. You read my diary?" His voice was a mere echo. "Yes," Mira said, finding her courage. Her voice was soft and full of sympathy. "We're so sorry for what happened to you." Rohan's voice trembled with a loneliness that felt centuries old. "They never wanted to play with me. I just wanted a friend." He raised a translucent hand and pointed toward the rusty, tilted merry-go-round. Will you push me?" Arav and Mira looked at each other, a silent understanding passing between them. They hesitated for only a second, then nodded. Together, they walked over to the old piece of playground equipment. They placed their hands on its cold, rusted frame and pushed. It screeched and groaned in protest. But slowly, it began to turn. Rohan sat in the middle, a soft, peaceful smile finally gracing his lips. As the merry-go-round spun faster, His glowing form brightened, casting a warm, golden light across the desolate playground. The whole place seemed to shimmer. For a magical moment, Arav and Mira could almost see the Pasta playground alive again with the sound of children's laughter, the swings painted in bright colors, and everything bathed in warm sunlight. When the merry-go-round finally slowed to a stop, Rohan stood before them. He was almost transparent now, glowing gently. "Thank you," he whispered, his voice clear and free of sadness. "You are my friends." He looked at Arav, his spectral eyes filled with wisdom. "Courage means being kind, even when you are afraid." Then he turned to Mira. "And you never lose your good heart." With those final words, his body dissolved into a swirl of countless golden fireflies. They danced in the air for a moment, before rising up and disappearing into the leaves of the great banyan tree. Instantly, the cold chill in the air vanished. The lone swing fell silent, finally at rest. Arav and Mira stood quietly for a long time, holding the old diary. They realized they hadn't banished a ghost, they had freed a friend. As they walked home in the fading light, Arav opened his own notebook and wrote a new entry. "The scariest things in the world aren't monsters or ghosts, but loneliness and cruelty. And the best way to fight them is with friendship." From that day on, the old playground didn't feel haunted anymore. Arav and Mira often visited, not searching for ghosts, but to sit under the banyan tree and remember Rohan the boy who taught them that even in the darkest of places, a little bit of kindness can bring an unforgettable light. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more mysterious tales of courage and friendship only on DKR Mystica. Thanks for watching.